7 days in with the Samsung Galaxy S3, and I've already got some exciting stories. How's it going, guys? I'm Aaron from PhoneDog.com, and I'm doing a 30-day challenge on the Samsung Galaxy S3, Samsung's newest flagship device. Now, it's coming soon to the United States with some slightly different features. This is the international version, and I've had the pleasure of using it for 7 days. So I'm in for 7 days now, and it's been on some business trips with me as well. I was in San Francisco last week for meetings, and I can say it held its own. One thing I'm really enjoying about this device are the features. A ton of features on this device, and like I've said in past videos, the review, the unboxing, I really like a device where I'm like, these are some features that I can use on a daily basis, and some of those are on here right now. First of all, take a look at the lock screen. You'll see my lock screen has a couple of things on it. It has the clock, it has the weather, it has the news as well, and you can easily pop it up and see the news and access it from the home screen. I love the little unlock stuff, and take a look at this as well. I can press it and say, play music. Let's try that one more time. Let's do it again. Play music. And then let's do, hang on a second, let's do this one more time. Play music. Well, it doesn't seem to want to cooperate at the moment, but when it does, those commands, I may have, play music. Play music. Ah, there we go. And you can see it plays my music. Now, I showed that off in the review as well. Let's get this stopped. There we go. Showed it off in the review as well, and it's a pretty impressive feature. Another one I really like, the battery percentage indicator at the top of the display. You can enable that in settings, and it gives you a physical number as opposed to just kind of relying on an arbitrary kind of, you know, I've got enough green, am I going to make it through the day with what's left in the little battery meter? Well, now I have a percentage. It's something I always use when I work with iOS. It's something I wish Windows Phone had, and it's something whenever I use Android, I immediately download an app to access. I love the fact that that's in there as well. Another thing I'm really enjoying, the tap to the top. What you can do is go to a list, for example, and you can tap to the top and easily get to the top. So if you're in your contacts, for example, you're in S or T, and you're like, I need to get back up to A. Instead of scrolling all the way back up, you can tap the top of the device. Not the display, but the actual top of the device itself. And that's a pretty impressive feature. So far, speed, been fantastic. I've been really impressed with the speed. The earpiece is a little bit low for my taste. I don't know if it's because I'm going deaf, because I don't really listen to music very loud. I'm not sure why I'm going deaf, but I don't know if that's what it is. But it's definitely a little bit lower than I'd like it to be. When I'm on calls, I notice that speakerphone's pretty decent, but what I've really been impressed with is battery life. 2,100 milliamp hour battery in this device, and this of course is the HSPA Plus version, so the mileage is going to vary a little bit when the 4G LTE models come to town, but so far, so good with this. I can make it about 16 hours with moderate to heavy use, and if you follow me on Twitter at PhoneDog_Aaron, you'll see the tweets that I mentioned this on, and I showed some screenshots as well. About 16 hours of use with moderate to heavy use, lots of phone calls, browsing the web, downloading apps, sending and receiving a ton of email and text messages, which I think is pretty impressive for an Android device. 16 hours, definitely nothing to scoff at. So all in all, I've been very impressed so far. I've been using this device, making phone calls, browsing the web, been really pleased with the speed, but most importantly, and if you followed me at all for years, or even over the course of the past couple of months, you know that I'm all about fluidity on a device. It's all about the way it works, the way it feels in the hand, the way the software feels. Fluidity is very important to me, and the Galaxy S3 is the first Android device I've worked with in a long time, and I can really say it's just fluid through and through. It seems like it's a really well-constructed device, and I look forward to continuing with it in the challenge. So far, so good. The earpiece is a little bit low, but so far, so good with the features. And of course, you'll be updated as soon as I do videos as part of the 30-day challenge. Keep it locked on PhoneDog.com for continuing coverage of the 30-day challenge with the Galaxy S3, because you never know. At some point, maybe the US versions could come in. At some point, there could be some issues. At some point, I can just get fed up with the earpiece. At some point, I could find other issues with the device. So far, so good, but it's only 7 days in to the actual challenge. Keep it locked on the site. Follow me on Twitter and ask me questions. If there's something you want to see covered in this 30-day challenge, let me know. PhoneDog_Aaron on Twitter and on Facebook at Facebook.com/PhoneDogAB. Stay tuned for more on the Galaxy S3.